Professor Murphy and I wrote this book, Patent Valuation, Improving Decision-Making Through Analysis. When people think about the title of the book, most people think about patent valuation. The actually important part about the book is improving decision-making. Valuation is a necessary component of any thoughtful decision-making. Right? Whether you're buying orange juice in the grocery store, whether you're deciding whether to get a patent or whether to go through an international patent strategy, or you're determining what price to put on a license, those are all decisions, and you can't make a thoughtful decision without first doing some type of valuation analysis. Now, oftentimes we do that valuation analysis in a very intuitive manner, and it goes very quickly, and we don't even appreciate we're doing valuation. But it's all based on valuation, and what we try to do is show people how to do valuation in a manner that is very doable. So you don't have to be a math major in order to do the valuation. And making it a part of your decision-making core. As an analogy, I like to talk about what's happened in the sports world. If you would think about how decisions got made in the sports world 20 years ago, decisions were largely made by former athletes in very intuitive, gut-feeling types of ways, right? This is how I feel, rules of thumb. That was how decisions got made. Well, people realized that almost all of those decisions could be reduced to numbers, and by reducing the numbers, we could start making those decisions more thoughtfully, and then we could actually test the decisions to determine were they good decisions or were they bad decisions. That could be done anywhere. And frankly, that sort of quantitative thinking is spreading throughout the world. Now, Professor Murphy and I, and Professor Firking is actually joining us and doing a lot of work on this patent valuation with us. Our particular focus is patent valuation, but our work goes well beyond that. I'm currently working on an article, a law review article that's called Probabilistic Modeling, Giving Better Legal Advice in the Face of Uncertainty, which is sort of taking basic valuation principles, and in this particular case, it's the idea of using probabilistic modeling to improve your decisions, which is very critical in most forms of legal advice, because what we do as lawyers in general is we are taking very messy situations that are very uncertain, where it's really unclear what are going to be the next steps, what is going to happen as a result of those decisions. By doing formal modeling, you can dramatically increase your ability to give better, more accurate advice. When I travel abroad, the evaluation question I most frequently asked is, what price should I put on my license, right? So the country develops some new technology and they have to license it out. That is a very challenging situation for the country. And the problem is, you don't want to be too difficult on your pricing negotiation, because if I'm too difficult on my pricing negotiation, my potential licensees all walk away and I'm left with a patented technology that's sitting on the shelf and really not helping anyone. If I'm too generous with my pricing negotiations, I give away the technology. And because quite often the licensees for these transactions are multinational corporations, you can understand the political pressure and just the fairness pressure of, I don't want to give away all of my valuable intellectual property to multinational corporations. So my primary focus is showing the technology transfer managers how to come up with very defensible, thoughtful royalty structures for their intellectual property licenses.